Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is my review for True Blood Season 7, Episode 3, Fire in the Hole, and wow, was this a great episode. I think this was the first perfect episode of the season. Obviously, first perfect episode of the show I've seen so far, because I've only seen Season 7, but, I think this was the first perfect episode of the season. I absolutely loved it. I loved everything that was going on. Everything was really, really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to next week's episode, so let's just get to it, because overall, I really, really did enjoy it. So the episode actually opens up at this weird, yoga class, and we don't know what's going on with the yoga class, or why anybody's there. All we know is that, Sara is at this yoga class. We don't know why she's there, but she's there, so whatever. But, Pam in the last episode met up with Eric, and we found out that Eric is dying because of the HPV, virus that the vampires have, the H virus, I mean, not HPV, like H virus or whatever you call it, the virus that the vampires have. He's dying because of it, and Pam asks Eric how long he's been sick, and Eric actually said he saw the first signs last month when he was in St. Petersburg, and Eric wonders why she, followed him and congratulates her on outwitting him, and Pam lets him know that Tara is dead, and, this really makes Eric upset, and Pam gives Eric hell for giving up. Basically, Eric says he has, given up on life, basically, and he's actually happy that he's sick. He doesn't care that he's sick, because he's basically just given up. So he's very depressed because he's lost so many people, and, we then see a flashback from France in 1986, and he's speaking to Sylvia. And this was a very interesting flashback. I like seeing this because we kind of got to see, why it didn't work out well for him. I like seeing that about, I like seeing that in this part. I thought that was a good part of the episode. So Eric and Sylvia, we see that they're starting to have sex, and they're interrupted by a member of the Authority because he is not registered, and she's kind of pissed off at him and saying, you can't betray us like this, and basically, Eric and Pam are called into the Authority and are told about True Blood, which, of course, True Blood, is that bar with the drink True Blood. That's why the show is called True Blood, obviously. So, Eric told Nan Flanagan from the Authority to fuck off, and Pam is not pleased with this because she's from the Authority, so she's kind of pissed at him about this, which she does have a reason to be. So then Alcide comes downstairs, and he's looking for Sookie, but she is gone. And Alcide runs out of the house, goes to Bill's house, and breaks down the door. He knows that Sookie went to Bill's house. He does not know where they went last, though. And Sookie and Bill, in the meantime, are actually driving away, and Sookie wants to know why Bill cannot feel her anymore. And Bill explains this is because his blood was actually drained when he fed all the vampires, so he doesn't have any blood anymore, which is really sad, actually. So Bill and Sookie actually have a plan. Bill explains to Sookie she will have to take his blood if their plan is going to work, and she says she can't because she has Alcide, obviously. And it's really sad because, you want Sookie and Bill together. You see they have so much chemistry, and you really want them together, but she has Alcide, so obviously they can't be together. So then Andy's daughter, Adeline, and Wade are locked up in jail, and they're talking, and Wade is very frightened, and Andy and Jessica come in and let them out of jail, and Adeline and Wade tell them that people came and took the guns. So, that's obviously not good. So Sam talks to the Reverend, and he's very upset because they are speaking, and Willa then runs in, and she tells the Reverend that she gave Tara's mother more blood, and Matt and Sam are driving, and they come upon a group of people with guns who tell Sam that they are actually taking their town back, and one of the members of the guns shoots Matt, one of the vampires, and actually kills him. Now, that was really surprising. I did not expect that to happen at all. The townspeople then know that Sam is a shapeshifter. They know that, and they demand that he leaves town. So yeah, that's obviously not a good thing. So Jason's talking to Violet, and Violet's kind of thinking that Jason is turning into a girl, basically, because Jason's kind of being a little bit of a pussy, and I do understand Violet's reasoning here. I do understand what Violet was trying to say, but, she's kind of upset with him about that, and basically, Violet says, he asks Violet if they get if they get True Blood, this situation would she consider having a baby with him? As we know before, they had sex, and she was really happy about that. Now the next step is to have a baby, so I'm wondering if they're going to. So Andy, Jessica, Adeline, and Wade come to Jason's house, and Violet's not pleased that they're there. And Jessica tells Jason that the people who took the guns may be after, Adeline thinks this. Jessica tells Jason that Adeline thinks the people who took the guns may be after Sookie. And Jason goes to get his gun, because no one is hurting his sister, obviously, because Jason really cares about his sister. Sookie's his sister, and Jason cares about her, and no one's going to hurt her, so that's a good big brother right there. So Lafayette is rocking up to some music, and James then comes to the door, and he wants weed, but Lafayette tells him that they finished it all, and Lafayette then offers him pills, and James tells him he cannot swallow pills, and Lafayette starts to pop tons of pills and tells James he can drink his blood once he gets enough pills in his system. Honestly, this was the only storyline I didn't care about. I don't really care about his character. I don't know. Just something about Lafayette I don't like. I don't know what it is about his character. I just don't really care for his character that much. I never really have, and I don't think I will, because I just really don't care. So, his storyline I just really didn't care about that much. Meanwhile, Arlie and Holly are still locked in the dungeon. It's terrible for them because, that guy is a asshole to them. He is torturing them, and that's not good at all, so I feel really bad for them, but yeah, so Sookie is actually setting herself up at bait, as she does not want anyone else to die because of her, so she's kind of setting herself up because of that. And Bill asks Sookie if she loves Alcide, and Sookie tells him to mind his business, and later, she doesn't really want to talk about Alcide, because, she's with Bill. Bill is her former boyfriend, and now she has Alcide, and she really doesn't want to talk about it. But Bill says, if you really want to be... But Bill says to her, look, if you really want to be friends with me, then we have to be able to talk about this. And I understand Bill. If she really wants to be friends with him, she should be able to talk to him about her current boyfriend. Because, that's what a true friend does. They talk to them about problems they're having. And, Bill wants her to talk to him about problems she's having. So, she does tell him, and then she finally does tell Bill the truth. The truth is that she actually does love Alcide, but he wants kids, which she really doesn't want, because she feels Alcide loves her more than she loves him. And I think part of that is because she's still in love with Bill. We saw that last week. We saw the flashback last week that she is still in love with Bill. We can tell that she's still in love with Bill, and it's just pretty obvious that she is still in love with Bill. They showed that last week, and I'm still pretty sure of it, so I think that's the reason why she is upset about it, because she's still in love with Bill, which is really sad, honestly, because her and Bill are not together right now. I feel like they're going to, because at the end of this episode, but I guess we'll just have to see. So, Jessica, Jason, Violet, and Andy are driving to find Sookie. They still don't know where Sookie is. We know where she is, but they don't. Andy tells them that they have trouble, and they come upon the abandoned car that Sam and Matt were driving. And as soon as that happens, a gang of townspeople with guns come upon them and start threatening Jason and the gang. And Jason threatens back, but Maxine says, fuck that, and then she shoots Jessica. Violet rushes to her, pulls her heart out, and the rest of the gang run away, and Andy tells Violet to go and get Rocky. Like, that was a really intense scene, a very well done scene, but really, really intense. Like, a lot of shit's going down in that scene. That was really awesome to watch, honestly. So Sookie is very impatient because no one has come to save her. Again, she's kind of just waiting to seek help, and we know why no one has come to save her, because, we know why, but she's waiting for someone to come. And Bill then has a flashback to when he went to war and his family were taking a photo so he can take it to war to remember them by. And, I like that we're seeing more of these flashbacks that Bill is having. It was definitely cool to see this. I like seeing these flashbacks that he's having, and I hope we see more of them, because I do like these flashbacks that he's having, and I like seeing them, because it really shows, how Bill used to be, how his life used to be, and how his life is not like now, so I like that overall. Now, Sookie screams to try to get the heavy vampires, and the Reverend then comes in and will apologize for giving Tara's mom blood. And the Reverend offers Willa blood, and as Willa drinks, the Reverend tells Willa how he met Lettie Mae. And the Reverend tells Willa that Lettie Mae is an addict and is addicted, and that Willa has to leave the house because Lettie will continue to manipulate her for blood. She's basically addicted to blood. Blood is her drug, basically. That's what this guy is saying, is that blood is her drug. So, I think that's pretty much what he was trying to say, is that blood is her drug, and he then resigns Will's invitation, and she then flies out of the house. So that was really big right there. And then we see another flashback, and in this flashback, Eric and Sylvia are having sex, and they are interrupted by a group of men who have Pam, and one of the men takes Sylvia and tells Eric he is from the Yakumo, however you pronounce it, the Yakumo Corporation, and Eric then apologizes and says he will behave from now on, and the man tells Eric he has to choose one person to die, Pam or Sylvia, and Eric requests that they kill him, and the man tells Eric the authority wants him alive, and Eric tells them Pam lives, and they kill Sylvia. And that's really sad to see, because now we know why Eric really doesn't give a shit if he lives or dies or not, because he lost his true love. Sylvia was his true love. While Pam is his friend, Sylvia was the girl that he really loved, and it was really sad to see, honestly. It was definitely very sad. And basically, back to current times, Pam asks Eric if he contracted the virus on purpose, and Pam tells him he cannot give up, and she begs him not to give up, and Eric tells Pam she's free to leave because he's given up, and, you know, he tells her he has lost his taste for life, and asks Pam to leave, and Pam tells Eric that Jason let Sarah Newland live, and Eric is actually not pleased about this, and Eric gets up and tells Pam that they are going to go and find her, and I don't know too much about her character, honestly, because, again, I've only seen a couple episodes of this show, so I don't know too much about her character, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But I like that finally she finally persuaded him to, you know, get up and fix his life, because she does not want him to die. And I don't know what's going to happen to him, but we'll have to see. So then we see Sara, and her and the yoga guru that we saw in the beginning of the episode, they're having sex, and after they have sex, she then goes to get a bottle of wine in the wine cellar, and in walks a man from the Yakumo Corporation, and they are looking for Sarah Newland, and the guru won't tell them, and they then decapitate him. Wow, that was a graphic scene. I mean, True Blood is graphic. It really is a graphic show. But that was a really awesome scene to watch. Even though it was really graphic, it was really awesome to watch, and I did enjoy that scene overall, even though it was really graphic. So, and then the final scene comes, and a lot of shit goes down in the final scene, but it's definitely going to be a very important scene. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. Sookie is still waiting, and Holly shows up, and vampires then attack Bill, and Alcide shows up. And basically, Alcide shows up with Andy and Jason. They finally find Sookie, and all of a sudden, shots ring out, and Alcide is shot. And Sookie runs over to his body, and Jessica and Rocky offer to turn him, but Sookie then turns them down, and Alcide is now dead, and Sookie's crying. So, honestly, I kind of thought something bad was going to happen to Alcide because she kept referencing him so much. Plus, we're seeing a lot of chemistry between Sookie and Bill. We obviously want them to get back together, and now that Alcide's out of the way, now Sookie and Bill could get back together. I don't know if they're going to, but we'll have to see what happens there, because personally, I would like to see them together. They have a lot of chemistry, and I like them together. But now that Alcide's dead, I don't know what's going to happen to Sookie. I think Sookie, I don't know what's going to happen to her. I think probably it's going to be something where Bill's going to try to, you know, maybe start something with her, but she might not want it. I don't know. Maybe she's going to try to start something with him, and he's going to tell her it's too early, and he knows that she's just doing this because she's trying to grieve over Bill, you know, over Alcide. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here, but that was a really great cliffhanger. By far, this is by far the best episode of the season. I absolutely love this episode. I thought it was really, really intense. A really crazy episode. Definitely really crazy. What's going on with Pam and Eric? I don't know what's going on with Sarah Newland. I don't know anything really much about that plot. I can't really say too much about it, but we'll have to see what happens there as far as that goes. What's going to happen with the Reverend and Willa? Obviously, Tara's, you know, Lettie Mae is addicted to blood, so we're going to have to see what happens there as well. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen in that storyline. What's going to happen with Sookie and, you know, Lafayette? Did you even care about that? I really did not care about Lafayette's storyline. I felt like it did not need to be in the episode. honestly, Lafayette, I'm just going to say right now, he's my least favorite character. I don't really care so much about him. I understand the point of his character. I just feel like he's there for comic relief, and I just don't really care about his character so much, in my opinion. That's just how I feel about him. But what do you guys think of this episode? Overall, I thought this was a fantastic episode. I'm really looking forward to next week's episode, because I thought this was definitely a really great episode. But that's it for my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, best episode of the season. Absolutely loved it. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for the season premiere of Witches of East End, which I cannot wait to watch and review to you guys. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.